What is up? It's time for Sports Magazine Moguls. We're counting down the 10 highest sports magazine sales from January 2025. But before we roll into the top 10, let's start off with some honorable mentions. So I will say that this was actually a pretty light month in terms of sports magazine sales. I don't know if there were a lot of people just recovering from heavy spending over the Christmas season or what it was, but I will say that already in just the first 2 days of February, as I'm currently recording this video, there were some big magazine sales, sports magazine sales in the first couple days of February. So stay tuned for next month's video. There will definitely be some good stuff in there, but we'll still cover what happened this month. And here we've got an honorable mention. This is the Miracle on Ice cover. Of course, Hockey Team USA. It's from 1980, Sports Illustrated. This is a CGC 8.0 newsstand and it's sold on eBay for $1,087.50. Now we're going to look at non-sports issues for the remainder of the honorable mentions. And how about this issue number one of Barbie magazine? This is from 1961. Possible sleeper here as far as being a very collectible piece. And this one sold raw on eBay for $1,200. Next up, we know that Nintendo Power is a pretty collectible publication. This, of course, is issue number one. A 9.8 copy of this sold for over $100,000 a couple years ago. This is an 8.5, and the issue's from 1988. This one sold on Heritage Auctions for $1,375. Here's an oddball magazine that went for a strong sale. This is Marilyn Monroe on the cover of Idilio magazine from 1955. This is an Argentina-based publication, and this one sold ungraded on eBay in auction for $1,480. And we've got yet another one. This one's actually a few years earlier from 1952. Again, it is the Argentinian publication Idilio with Marilyn Monroe. And this one also went in auction on eBay and it sold with a final going price of $1,525. Back to the Nintendo Power. This one's from 1991. This was issue number 28 of Nintendo Power. That, of course, is Super Mario World on the cover. You got Yoshi there. It's a nice CGC 9.6 newsstand copy. This one sold on Heritage Auctions for $2,375. Now, here's a unique one that I've never seen before. This is Hit Parader magazine from 1975, and that is Freddie Mercury on the cover, legendary frontman for the classic rock band Queen. This one's been autographed by Freddie Mercury, who, of course, passed away, I believe, in the early 90s, and it's been authenticated by PSA. This one sold ungraded on eBay for $3,400. Here's one that pops up on my countdowns from time to time. This is 2012 Bitcoin Magazine. It was the premier issue, and this is a CGC 9.6 copy that sold on eBay for $4,400. And here's another common magazine that shows up on the countdown. This, of course, is the premier issue of Playboy from 1953. Again, we've got Marilyn Monroe on the cover. This is a CGC 5.5 copy sold on eBay for $4,750. All right, let's roll into the top 10, strictly looking at sports magazine sales. And we've actually got a three-way tie at number 10. And here's the first. It's Michael Jordan on the cover of Sports Illustrated from 1989. Jordan's my name, golf's my game. This one's been autographed by Michael, authenticated by JSA. It was personalized to Wayne and nonetheless sold raw on eBay for $1,250. Also selling for $1,250 and coming in at number 10, we've got Magic Johnson. This is his first professional Sports Illustrated cover from 1979. One of my favorites with that retro Magic text up there. And this is a nice CGC 9.0 newsstand copy. There have only been 32 newsstand copies of this issue graded. And at the 9.0 level, this is a Pop 2 with only 4 copies graded higher. And the third one coming in at number 10, selling for $1,250. We're slowly starting to see some of these new CGC and JSA authenticated slabs roll in. And this is one of the first ones on my countdown. This is Sport Magazine from 1947. And that's the splendid Splinter, Ted Williams on the cover, alongside Joe Cronin's son. And this one's been autographed by Ted Williams. It has been obviously authenticated by JSA, as you can see here on the label. And it's a very beautiful issue here. There have only been 10 copies of this issue graded. Now, I will say that It's kind of going to be interesting to see what CGC does with their census now that they've got this kind of new category here with the JSA authenticated autographs. I did not actually see this particular magazine anywhere in the census, so I'm not sure how they're going to be labeling these in that census in the pop reports. I don't know if they're going to create a new category, which I think would probably be the correct thing to do, or if they're just going to lump them in with some of the other, universal labels or with the signature series. I'm really not sure yet how they're going to handle that, but there were 10 existing newsstand copies graded, and of those, none of them were graded higher than this 9.0 that had been autographed and authenticated by JSA. Coming in at number 9, it's Sweetness, Walter Payton. This is his first Sports Illustrated cover from 1976. This copy has been framed. It's also been autographed by Walter Payton, and this one sold ungraded on eBay for $1,300. Speaking of ungraded on eBay, this was a pretty monster sale for an ungraded newsstand copy that has not been signed. This is Michael Jordan's first Sports Illustrated cover from 1983. Looks to be in, pretty strong condition, maybe after a pressing. A 7.0, maybe even an 8.0, maybe even an 8.5 could be possible. Who knows? But this one went in auction on eBay, received 41 bids and sold for a final going price of $1,451.88. Coming in at number 7, The Chosen One, LeBron James' first Sports Illustrated cover from 2002. It's a newsstand. It is a CGC 9.8. This one sold for $1,500 on eBay. This is one of the most commonly graded Sports Illustrated issues. Of course, there was a lot of hype coming along with LeBron, so a lot of people were grabbing these magazines and saving them as collector's items. So 357 newsstand copies have been graded, and there are 47 9.8s. Same athlete, same era. Again, it's 2002 and it's LeBron James. This is his first Slam cover, which actually did come several months after the first Sports Illustrated cover. SI did beat Slam to the punch when it comes to LeBron. He's sharing the cover here with Sebastian Telfair, who's another high school phenom who definitely did not go on to experience the same level of success as LeBron. And this one's been autographed by both athletes and authenticated by Beckett, sold raw on eBay for just south of $2,000. Coming in at number 5, this is a unique sale. This is actually a single interior page from a Sports Illustrated issue in 1959. And on that interior page, you've got several autographs, most notably Jackie Robinson, but also a couple other Hall of Famers. I don't know if it's Pie Trainer or PA Trainer. I've heard it both ways. And then you've also got Mickey Cochran, and this has been slabbed by Beckett and is sold on eBay for $2,000. Coming in at number 4, how about our first entry from 2025? And that is PSA Magazine, Michael Jordan. I love what PSA Magazine has been doing, putting out some really cool covers, doing some variants, just switching up the collectability. Obviously, they've got their own magazine grading service coming on the way, so it makes sense to make their own magazine somewhat collectible. And this is a one of one variant cover. The back of this magazine actually showed the 1 out of 1 serial there on the back, and this one sold ungraded on eBay for $2,000. And coming in at number 3, again, PSA Magazine. This one's from 2024, but here we've got Tom Brady. And this one also is a variant. This was a 1 out of 12 variant, and it includes an autograph from Tom Brady. Very, very cool. This one sold raw on eBay for $2,025. And at number 2, the exact same magazine, but a different copy. This was another one that was limited to only 12 and also included a Tom Brady signature. This one sold for just a couple $100 higher on eBay for $2,225. And the highest selling sports magazine from last month, one that you don't see very often, and this is Reggie Jackson, Mr. October, on the cover of Sports Illustrated from 1975, still with the Oakland Athletics, and it's a beautiful CGC 9.6 newsstand. This one sold on eBay for $2,500. I said you don't see it very often. There have only been 2 newsstand copies graded. The other one's a 9.2, and so this one is a Pop 1 with none graded higher. All right, that's it. Thanks so much for watching. If you have not yet done so, please subscribe to this channel. I also appreciate likes and comments. And until the next video, we'll see you next time.